What it do, what it do, what it do, good people. Coming to you live from Tez TV 410. I'm your host, Tez Dean. I ain't gonna hold you long, fellas. But before we start, I need you to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Again, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get the notification every time I drop something, hit that bell up top. Now let's get straight to it. People, you understand my whole point of this channel and my whole movement right now is for athletes after they finish playing the game that they love, and a lot of times put their blood, sweat, and tears in, and at the time would be all their life. You know what I mean? That is life after basketball or football or whatever sport that you may play. And this go for male and females. It don't matter who you are. A lot of times we take things. A lot of times we take things. We take that defeat and we take that setback. It's not even a setback. Sometimes it is what it is. It's over. Sometimes it's over. A lot of times we may not like how I may end it for ourselves, but it's over. And let me speak for myself. I speak for myself and some few other players. Sometimes when a game get abruptly taken from you, it's like a void is a big void that's in you, and you don't know how it's gonna be felt. It's like you go through a time where you confused, you're not understanding, like, all right, what's next in my life? And some people may take this, oh, you supposed to did X, Y, Z in schools. School don't prepare you for life. You know what I'm saying? School don't prepare you for life. And I'm one of them people. Basketball did so much for me. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to meet some wonderful people. I got a chance to travel all over this country, outside this world. I mean, outside this country, out, and all over the country. You know what I'm saying? So I was blessed with that. But I also felt as though, let me give you a little quick story. I also felt when the game started for me, I was lost. I was lost. You know what I'm saying? I was devastated for me had to transfer out the school that I had chose. You know what I'm saying? This was the second time I had made a mistake on a school that I picked. You know what I'm saying? So I went through in my head, you like, all right, what's next? You're not calling home because you really, when you start transferring, you're going to have a block of people leave. And if you transfer again, you're going to have another group of block of people leave. And it's not about the people. However, when you used to getting this type of energy, you used to having people behind you cheering for you, things of that nature, and it's all gone abruptly, man, it's fucked up. Because you kind of be out there to defend for yourself, you know? So let me tell you a little quick story. When I finished playing, when I left the D2, I played that year, and I think I made second team that year, but I ain't even really, my mind wasn't even in it. Like, that transfer from the D1, I'm like, man, I was kind of like, I was almost damn near, I was done. You know, I was done, and I had another year. I could have got another year back with my D2, but I was done. So when I say like and basketball didn't cause this. Basketball didn't cause my later bad choices that I made, right? However, one thing with basketball, what it did for me, it made me lazy coming up. I mean, I'm still a kid, but it was lazy because people doing things for you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had to sacrifice and wait in the line, just that long line. No, somebody gonna make sure if you could get up to the beginning of the line, or somebody gonna go do it for you. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it was. I mean, at that time, you know. And I'm pretty sure too many things ain't changed. However, let me keep it going. So I leave Kansas and I go. I meet a young lady, a stripper, which was cool. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I ain't talked to you in forever. But shout out whoever you at. We got on because she was going through some shit too, running away from somebody. However, I'm running away from myself we go to St. Louis. Now at this time, my one of my best friends playing for the University of St. Louis, Reggie Bryant, right? So I go down there now. Other than Reggie, I don't know nobody else down there. She goes in the club to go strip. Now, when I'm telling you this because I'm telling you how I went from the classroom one year and then the next year I'm in the clubs half the week, right? In the club half the week. I didn't. One of the reasons I went to St. Louis because I wasn't ready to go home. I wasn't ready to face everybody saying, "Why you home? Well, what's going on? Is you still playing?" I was taught all that. I ain't even want to touch a basketball. I ain't want to touch a basketball. I ain't want talk about basketball. None of that. I didn't. So and so in return to all that, being fed up and being mad at the world, mad at the game of basketball, I started making bad choices. You know what I'm saying? We always have a choice. We always have a choice. We always have a choice. I'm gonna say it again. We always have a choice. However, the bad choice that I made, now, and the bad choice that I made, I go down there, I try to start hustling. Now, because I took a Baltimore mentality, things that I thought that was easy. Me growing up, seeing my friends hustle, your family and all, you see certain people hustling, you look at it like you're around the basketball pool with basketball players and hustlers was like nuts. You know what I'm saying? We hung together, you know? So sometimes, and a lot of times, I ain't the only one. When it don't work out, some people go the other way. Now I'm gonna start hustling. However, I'm down there in St. Louis. I know I'm wrong. I know that's not me and everything, but I'm still trying to figure out what's my next move. In the midst of me trying to sell e-pills and weed and cocaine and things of that nature, I started boozing it, right? And I knew I was wrong. However, and I knew I'm like, I still can't figure it out what I do next. So you know what I did? I enrolled into a school called Sanford Brown. Yes, they robbed the hell out of me for some money. Yeah. I went to Sanford Brown for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. From that 2.5 weeks, I met somebody that lived in St. Louis, from St. Louis. And in return, that person introduced me to St. Louis. And then after that, I'm a whole different person than what I was growing up. Because now I'm just kind of on some street shit. And I was no tough guy. And I ain't even know I hustle for real. But the people that I rode with, the guy that I got, that we end up getting close, we end up, we end up with a tight bond. You know what I'm saying? With a huge tight bond, even to the point that when I left, shit, we cried in the car together. However, but I knew I was so far removed from who I was. So far removed from who I was. I stayed down there for 2 years. Now, this is how God worked for me. This is how God worked for me. I knew I wasn't living right. I knew I needed to make a change in my life, right? I go home on a vacation, and I'm lying, telling people I'm all right, I'm doing this, that, and the third, I'm fine, lying to my family, to my mother. Yeah, I'm all right, I'm down there, because if I'm not asking y'all for no money, y'all don't got to, it was like, they ain't gonna trip. They ain't asking them for no money, they are. You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell them anything. Yes, tell them anything. Yeah, so parents, y'all gotta just pay attention to the signs. However, Gabe's mother, at the time before Gabe was born, came down to visit me. When she come down to visit me, I lose my cell phone taking her out, right? Now I always I always pay attention to the signs. Now with this sign, I felt as though like, oh, I lost my phone. All my money is on the phone, right? Dropped my phone in a junkie car, in the junkie truck. Yeah. So I took that as, oh, I can't continue to stay down here. Something gonna happen. Now, to even further my point in this, when I'm down there in St. Louis, this is the year they had the NCAA, and North Carolina won the national championship, right? With Sean May, Raymond Felton. They played against Illinois, against Darren Williams and them guys, right? We had so we had coaches and shit from all over the country coming down. Now, I'm in a strip club. Strip clubs is banging. I'm not gonna say the coaches' names, but it was some coaches from up Baltimore that you know that we locked eyes in there. Tell what you doing down here? I'm so losing out my mind, and I'm surprised because I'm seeing them, and I'm like, damn, they see me like this. But at this time, I'm not caring. I'm not caring, right? I'm not caring. Now, side note, for the players that's coming out, the players that's going to go through the same thing that I'm going through that's coming out now, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you right now. When you feel as though you don't have nowhere to go, reach out to somebody like me. It's not over. It's not over. You may feel as though that you don't know what you can do, what I'm gonna do, what type of trade I ain't learned shit in school. It's not over for you. It's not over. Relationships. Don't shit on nobody. Don't shit on nobody. And it's not about because what somebody might do for you or nothing like that. Nah. But the more you keep that shit in a straight line and you keep that respect for the next man, they will have respect for you, and character go a long way. I'm talking from a person. I'm talking from a person that had a learning disability, that ended up getting his a 920 on his SATs. You talk to a person that had to work his way. I mean, I had to work for everything, even with the basketball shit. Basketball and football, ain't nobody give me nothing. Ain't nobody, no. I wasn't that first pick, that first choice all the time. When I was in high school, I was a two-star. I was a two-star in high school. Ended up probably getting it up to a 3-star once I got to prep school, because I was a top 100 player. I mean, listen here, man. The game gonna take you all types of ways. It can take you all types of ways, and it also can have you when you going through that depression by yourself, and you don't know, and you feel as though you can't talk to nobody. Reach out to somebody like me. Reach out to somebody that went through it, that ain't gonna beat you down, that ain't gonna call you stupid, or you should have did this, or you should have did that. And we don't look in the past. We don't look back at the past. We don't. We make sure we don't make the same mistake twice, but we don't look back in the past. You know what I'm saying? It just, I felt like making this video because right now I got a cousin, or I have a few family members and some friends that's right now that's battling drug addiction, drug and alcohol addiction, and a few of them played the game of basketball, and the thing about it, they didn't even drink in high school. But when I talk to them now, and they're not blaming everything on basketball, but that's a big part. Because right after that, they start making bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? One bad decision went to another bad decision. Choices. Coming live from Taz TV. I'll see you on the next video. Holla.